welcome to Healthy Connections with Baxter Regional Medical Center. We're going to take a short break and come right back where the Community Support House coordinators are going to talk about our upcoming events. Hi, and welcome back to Healthy Connections with Baxter Regional Medical Center. I'm Jody Bodenhammer, and I'm the coordinator at the Rappel Diabetes Center. And I have some very special guests today. We're changing up our Healthy Connections a little bit, and this is our second show here as the Community Support Houses. So I'm going to let Diane Van Gulik talk a little bit about what she's got going on over at the Maruck Center.
Sure, yes. So I'd like to talk a little bit about our support groups that we have coming up in March.
Okay.
So we have a support group just for caregivers.
Yes, we were talking about that in our last show. I love that idea, and I love the fact that, you know, we oftentimes focus so much on our patients that we forget that those who are caring for our patients also need some support.
Right, right. So we have a group, it's actually called Creative Solutions for Family Caregivers.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's a group just for people that are family or friends. Taking care of a loved one. It doesn't matter what the diagnosis is.
Right.
So it's kind of a universal caregiver group.
That's
and
really it's such a need in this area. There are so many folks who are taking care of a loved one or helping watch after someone who may be struggling with a long-term or a chronic illness. I know our long-term care facilities are oftentimes very full. And then also sometimes our family members choose to try to stay at home independently as long as they can.
That's
so we
right.
we have a lot of caregivers that are stepping up and trying to take care of those family
really
members.
Growing. It's becoming a huge deal in our society today.
Yes.
Caregiving.
Yes, it is.
Because we have the baby boomers. So
got to look after them.
That's increasing. We've got to look after them. We've got to take good care of them.
Yes, we do.
Greatest generation.
We do.
So,
absolutely.
And it's for husbands that are taking care of wives, and wives taking care of husbands,
children
and
taking care of their
taking
parents. It's the third Thursday of each month, and we set it at 4 o'clock because we're hoping, which we do have a couple people that come that are working full time, but they're also a caregiver, a primary caregiver. So the goal of the group is to provide resources for our caregivers so they know what's out there in the community.
When
Who
to call.
Exactly. What's available at the hospital for them to meet their needs at home.
Well, sure. And I feel like as much as we talk about our community support, you know, and I feel like I'm always talking about the Diabetes House, and I'm always talking about the other community support houses, but there's so many different services that our hospital and even our beyond our hospital, but our entire community can offer to that maybe more aging population, or you know, for example, physical therapy. And we were talking about that just a moment ago as well. But gosh, what I wouldn't have, you know, loved to have had a resource like that with my grandfather, and would have been so appreciative when we were doing caregiving for him as well. So great idea and a great opportunity. And tell us again when that meets.
That meets the third Thursday of each month.
Okay.
At 4 o'clock at the Maruck Center.
Okay.
And you know, we also focus on making sure the caregivers taking care of themselves or finding people to help them.
Some relief.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
very
that
important.
is the number one issue that goes on for caregivers, and it takes a toll.
They are
exhausted. It's a very hard journey.
Yes.
So we want them to know that they're not alone in this journey, and there are resources, there are other people that can step in and help them, give them some respite care. So that, again, that's the third Thursday of each month at 4.
Does anybody need to call and register for that, or is it open, just come and go as you please?
You know, it's good to call and register because we like to give you that reminder call, or if there's, you know, this doesn't happen too often, but if there's a change to the group, a cancellation,
that's a good idea
the
too.
weather can interfere, all kinds of stuff. So we do like to get, you know, the registration in advance, but it's okay if you walk in too.
Great.
So again, that's the third Thursday of each month at 4 o'clock, and you can call me at 508-3880, and we'll get you put on our call list for that.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, that is one of the many services that we all are able to provide at our community support houses. I'll take just a moment to talk about the Rappel House, if you all don't mind, just because we have our upcoming diabetes education classes. And with those classes, we typically see patients coming in who are newly diagnosed with diabetes, or who maybe have gestational diabetes during a pregnancy, or who have been struggling with their diabetes. So we kind of break it down into several different categories for different classes, but those classes are ongoing. Our support groups are ongoing as well, and I'm always available there at the office for phone calls, and I'll call you back, I promise, if I'm not there right in the office. So my number is 508-1765, and again, that's at the Rappel Diabetes Learning Center. I don't have any major events coming up right now. I will have later on in the year, but I did want to just mention a couple of programs. Jan and I, the dietitian that visits with different groups in all of our houses, she and I have come up with a program to to travel to some different areas to take our diabetes education. So we will be in Salem on Wednesday, March the 14th, and if anybody's interested in that program, if you're in the Salem area, then let us know. And again, that registration number to call is 508-1765. Now, Melissa, you're over at the Pike. Enough about me. You're over at the Pikes Cancer Support House, and you guys have a wonderful annual event coming up.
Yes.
That has just touched, I know, so many lives in this area. I hear people all the time telling me about how they went to this event. It changed their outlook. It refreshed their soul. So tell us what you've got coming up on March the 23rd.
We have the Women's Cancer Survivors Retreat.
Oh, yes.
This is our first year at Gaston's.
At Gaston's this year.
Yes.
Oh, that's
yes.
exciting.
We'll meet on Friday evening, have dinner, door prizes. Our community is so giving. They give gifts for the ladies.
Yes.
And we'll get to know each other on Friday evening. Saturday morning, Carolyn Taylor, she's the mission director for Komen of Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
She's coming from Little Rock.
The Susan G. Komen Foundation.
Yes.
Okay, great.
She'll be staying with us that weekend, actually, and she's going to give us a word of just reclaiming yourself. She's very positive, and she's a survivor. And so she's going to start our day off on Saturday.
Yes.
Then we will have possibly some chair yoga and a walk on the
little exercise.
Yes,
I love it. That's great.
Get our day going.
Yes.
And really, it makes the ladies realize that you can do chair yoga. Anyone can do it. So, and it's very relaxing, and it just makes you feel so much better. And then we will have lunch, of course, and then let me think about this for a second.
What else is on your agenda? I know you're going to do
so much. We're going to do a makeover.
Makeovers, that's it.
And, oh my gosh, we have local beauticians that are going to come and do hair
Styles
and makeup,
yes.
And then we're also going to have some massage.
Oh, massage therapy. I love it.
I mean, we
love it.
I just love these women from the community that
donate their time and
and resources. And then we'll be getting all fixed up to go to dinner at Gaston Saturday evening
How much
together.
fun.
So, and then we're going to come back and do a couple of fun things for the evening and just have fun.
Yes.
We may have a bonfire on Friday night and
weather
it's
permitting.
just- yes, weather.
Yes.
You
But
have
we're
a
right
pretty
there.
view,
We
too.
do.
Yes.
We have a beautiful view and
So tell us how to get in touch with you and or signed up for this event. This again is for women's cancer survivors.
yes,
Is that
anyone
correct?
going through treatments, just finished treatments, have never experienced this before, please sign up. Call.
And I know space is limited.
Yes,
Yes.
we have 20 ladies going,
Okay.
so space is limited, but we want everyone to be able to experience this. So call us at 870-508-2273.
Awesome, awesome. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and after the break, I want to come back and hear about what Stephanie has going on down at the Schliemann Center for Women's Health. Hi, thank you for joining us again. This is Healthy Connections with Baxter Regional Medical Center, and I'm Jody Bodenhammer. Today I have Diane Van Gulik, Melissa Hudson, and Stephanie Isom with me here today. We are the coordinators for the community support houses at Baxter Regional. And before the break, we were talking with Diane about some of the services that the Muruck Family Education Center on
There you
Aging
go.
has to offer. And then we also had just finished up talking about the Women's Cancer Survivor Retreat, which I think is an amazing event that Pikes Cancer Support House sponsors every single year. Ever since I can remember working at the hospital, we've had this retreat. What an amazing gift to the ladies who are maybe, like you said, just out of treatment. Maybe they have been struggling. I know cancer certainly takes a toll on our physical health, but sometimes can also mentally and emotionally drag us down as well. And so I'm so glad that you guys are able to offer that retreat. It's such a great event. I've never gotten to go to the event, but I do hear oftentimes in the community, oh my gosh, we were a guest at the Survivor Retreat, or we were able to go and see and visit with the ladies. And you mentioned the makeovers, and I just want to say a quick thank you to all of you ladies out there who will be helping. I know that we have some beauticians and stylists and massage therapists that are coming out, donating your time and efforts, and we just want to say thank you for that as well.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And to go right along with Women's Health, Stephanie is the coordinator down at the Schliemann Center for Women's Health Education, and she's got some events coming up on March the 8th that you wanted to talk about?
Yes, so on March the 8th, we have Miss Jana Barnes. She's a local, she's a retired nurse from Mountain Home. She's also a health coach. So she's going to come to the house and talk about natural hormone replacement therapy.
Nice.
She always draws a really large crowd, and she's so inspirational and she's not judgmental at all. She just kind of throws it out there and educates our ladies that come into the house, which is what the house is designed to do, and just lets them know, hey, this is what we're about, this is what I think, this is what I recommend, come out and see me. So it's a wonderful opportunity for women who, again, are supporting someone who's going through menopause or think they may be going through menopause, or who are going through menopause.
And we don't oftentimes think about, I know there's lots of menopause jokes out there, which kind of make me giggle, but then at the same time, it's a struggle.
Sure,
That hormone change is a struggle, and I see it with my diabetes patients. I see a huge correlation with a menopausal woman. And then even also with a man who is also having those hormone changes. But definitely it's a change. It seems to affect us ladies, the hormone changes a little bit differently than it does the men, with the testosterone. And so definitely a great opportunity to come out, to get more education about that. I know I myself am wanting to learn a little bit more about that. And because it's that natural part of life, that same middle-aged type situation that we all tend to go through and that we have to be prepared for. So that is a great opportunity. Tell us about registration for that event.
So again, you can call the Schliemann Center at 508-2345, or you can find it on the calendar of events at baxterregional.org. Or you can always email me as well to register. We do ask that people register, since it is especially in the evening. She wants to make sure that she allots enough time to have a Q&A session afterwards as well.
Sure. And that's going to be hosted at the Schliemann Center?
At the Schliemann Center. It's actually going to be an evening class. So we don't have a lot of evening classes that happen at the Schliemann Center, but she realizes that women who are going through menopause are still working.
Right.
And so she wants to offer that that time slot for women who work. They can come directly after work, come over to the house, have a light snack, and then enjoy some education.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Tell us a little bit more about, I know you have a couple of other programs at the Schliemann Center that you offer on a regular basis. Your Mommy and Me group that meets, tell me what somebody needs to do to get involved with that, because I think that is one of the most supportive and amazing. We talk often about being a new mom and dealing with all of the new mom fears. So give us a little bit more information about that meeting as well.
So I think that's one of the benefits of having a house that's dedicated to females is we capture an audience, teenage girls, all the way up through our golden girls. And in between there, you have women going through menopause, and you have women who are new mothers.
Yes.
So at the house, we offer a breastfeeding class, and we offer childbirth classes as well. We offer free baby weight checks. So especially for those mothers who are breastfeeding, you don't know how much milk your baby is getting. So it's a wonderful environment to come nurse your baby, weigh before and after, so you know how many ounces your baby is getting. So the Mommy and Me support group is a wonderful group of girls, ladies I should say. They're all new mothers. we don't know what we're doing. I have a daughter who's almost a year old, and I still have no idea what I'm doing. But it's a wonderful place to go to talk about, you know, the questions you have. We have a wonderful facilitator who believes in cloth diapers and making your own baby food. Again, non-judgmental. It's just a place to go, and this is the recipe. This is how we do it. Here are my cloth diapers. Here's how you wash them and clean them out, and you know, ways to save money. The majority
That's
of
another thing that is, you know, anymore. I can't remember now. Forgive me, the statistic is out there, but how much it costs to raise a child.
oh my gosh, it's
And,
unbelievable.
you know, just mentally preparing for all of those things and the bills that are coming in maybe from having the baby and then also the baby itself. I mean, there's so many things that can stress new mommies out. And so I'm so glad when I heard that you guys were doing that group. It almost made me want to have a baby.
Right.
But I would love to encourage, you know, my young moms, and I do when I see moms over at my office for gestational diabetes. I oftentimes give them your flyer, I give them your phone number, and say, go see Stephanie, because this is your one-stop place for all educational information related to having this baby. You know,
That's
right
exactly
up to
right.
before the baby gets here, right up to the labor and delivery, and then all the way through after you're home with that new baby.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, we're a one-stop shop for new moms. I mean, we also have lactation support.
I was going to say
So,
that
yeah.
lactation support is also a wonderful
Yeah.
thing. It's so frustrating, and breastfeeding can be very overwhelming.
And
so.
it's challenging too. And it's not a failure if you can't. I mean,
Right.
it's, you know, we all try. We have a wonderful lactation specialist who meets with the moms one-on-one, shows them proper holds, and sometimes it's just not possible, and that's okay.
That's
I mean,
okay
that's
too.
okay. Your
And
baby needs to
hearing
eat.
that is so important.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we were talking about that earlier with Diane and the support of the family member there. But just as a new mom, I think hearing what other people have gone through and hearing what other caregivers and other cancer survivors have gone through makes such a difference. You know, I see that a lot with my group classes. We oftentimes have large groups of diabetes patients together, you know, 6 or 8 or 10 patients plus their spouse or their family member. And it's so great to hear them sharing and talking about, well, this is totally normal.
Right,
Or
right.
this is totally.
You feel validated.
Yes, this is fine that this is going on or that this is happening, or you feel fatigued or you feel this way or that way, because it does help, I think, to alleviate some of that anxiety as well. So.
It does. This is a wonderful group of women. You know, if you're a new mom and you need help, even just with questions you think are silly, there are no silly questions.
There are no silly
There are no
questions when
silly
it comes to
questions.
raising babies. No, there is not. Absolutely.
It's a wonderful group of
Yes.
ladies, and they just love just to share what they know.
Great.
It's a good
great.
group.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and thank you, ladies, all for being here today. I do want to take a quick minute to invite our audience to come and visit us. We're located at Hospital Drive, right on the hospital campus. For those of you that haven't been to the Baxter Regional Campus in Mountain Home, as you're coming up Hospital Drive, you'll see the very large hospital building. And our houses are located directly across the street from the emergency room entrance. I like to tell people we're in the back of that large parking lot. If you just pull in there, you'll see all of us over in the row there. The community support extends out to our community paramedics that are also with us, and the Fairland Senior Health Clinic. So you'll see all of those houses come by. We're open most every weekday, Monday through Friday, from 9 until 4. And, you know, if we're not there in person, the 4 of us, our volunteers are there. They're very knowledgeable. They're able to help us. And speaking of volunteers, we
love
should
our
invite.
volunteers.
Yes. If anybody is interested, you know, Becky Rose is our volunteer coordinator, and she is always helping us find and recruit such great, wonderful volunteers. Most oftentimes they have a vested interest in what we're doing. Either they have diabetes, or they're dealing with or have dealt with maybe an aging-related issue or cancer or a women's health issue. And I think that brings so much, again, that validation to the table. So please, if you're looking for volunteer opportunity, give us a call. We are always looking for new volunteers. And what a great way to serve the community, to give back, but then also, I think my volunteers, I think they keep coming back because we offer so many different programs. And they said that we learn new things, you know, by being here.
They
So
do,
it's
yeah.
great. It's awesome.
It's rewarding.
It is. It's a good thing for them. It's a good fit. So again, come by, come see us. I would like for us to give our phone numbers one more time. If you're interested in any of the programs you've heard about today, certainly go online, www.baxterregional.org. Look over in the online calendar there of community events, or you can call us directly right at our individual centers for more information. So Diane, give us your number.
All right, the Mark Center on Aging is 508-3880.
Great, and I'm at the Rappel Diabetes Center, 508-1765.
The Pikes Cancer Support House, 508-2273.
Great.
The Schleman Center for Women's Health Education at 508-2345.
Great. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for being here, and thank you for tuning in.